safe use of electrical equipment. Precautions working on electrical systems and machinery. Briefly discuss about the work, procedure and safety precautions to be taken at toolbox meeting with all those involved. Toolbox talks should cover every single aspect of the job. The pocket card should act as a checklist to help the person holding the talk make sure he's covered everything. These talks should be held before and during the job, and also after it's finished. First, everyone needs to know why the job is being done, what it's for. The job plan methods to be used should be outlined and the nature of the workplace considered together with any specific hazards that might need mentioning. You should also give your input. If you have any suggestions from other jobs or past experiences, these should all be highlighted and discussed. Throughout the talk, every possible risk should be assessed. Everyone should know their individual roles and responsibilities. If anyone is unsure about this, they should ask. In fact, everyone should contribute to the discussions at all times. Discussion of the work environment will include sea and weather conditions, activities that may be taking place nearby which may conflict with the job, and the safest methods of getting to and from the work site. The permit to work will give information about any necessary personal protective equipment, tools, materials, other equipment, and any isolations that are needed. The talk itself is an example of the sort of communications between everyone involved that should be maintained at all times. It should stress that anyone with any questions or concerns should express them at any stage. Are you prepared? Fill up the electrical work permit by reading and understanding each and every line carefully by the person who is carrying out the job. Follow the procedures given in the work permit and tick, select appropriate boxes. Get approval by Chief Engineer. Inform duty engineer before commencing work. Fuses should be removed or circuit breakers opened to ensure that all related circuits are dead. If possible, switches and circuit breakers should be locked open or, alternatively, a not to be closed notice attached. Lockout tag out, LOTO procedure to be done. Key should be retained with person who is carrying out work. Tag should be filled clearly indicating time, date and by whom. Where a fuse has been removed, the person working on the equipment until the job is finished should retain it. A check should be made that any interlocks or other safety devices are operative. Additional precautions are necessary to ensure safety when work is to be undertaken on high voltage equipment. On-board ships voltages above 1000 volt, 1 kilovolt, are considered as high voltage. The work should be carried out by or under the direct supervision of a competent person with sufficient technical knowledge, and a high voltage permit to work should be filled and approved. Some parts of certain types of equipment may remain live even when the equipment is switched off. Power should always be cut off at the mains. Before touching an naked wires or electrical part, it should have double checked with multimeter or voltage tester to ensure that the circuit is dead. Flammable materials should never be left or stored near switchboards. Work on or near live equipment should be avoided if possible, but when it is essential for the safety of the ship or for testing purposes, proper personal protective equipment and electrical gloves must be worn before starting work. Ensure electrical resistant rubber mat is placed where work is taking place, and use approved insulated tools, gloves. The possible dangers arising from the misuse of electrical equipment are well known. Electric shock and fire can cause loss of life and damage to equipment. Before starting working on the drive of any machine, example air starting valve for generators, should be isolated to prevent the machine from being accidentally started. If machine is operated remotely, auto put the switch to local. Regulations exist to control the construction, installation, operation and maintenance of electrical equipment so that danger is eliminated as far as possible. Minimum acceptable standards of safety are issued by various bodies including national governments, international governmental conventions, example SOLAS, National and International Standards Associations, example BSS and IEC. Learned societies, example IEE, classification societies, example Lloyd's, extra. Where danger arises, it is usually due to neglect or contravention of the regulations. You must learn to operate equipment in a safe manner and maintain it in a safe condition at all times. Failure to do so will not only endanger your life but life of others too. Read instructions carefully before attempting to operate. Restore to its original position once work is completed and close work permit. An essential list of do's and don'ts when working with electrical equipment. Do's. Do get to know the ship's electrical system and equipment. Study ship's diagrams to pinpoint the location of switches and protection devices, supplying distribution boards and essential items of equipment. Write down this information in a notebook. Note the normal indications on switchboard instruments, example amps meter for motor current, so that abnormal operation can be quickly detected. Do operate equipment according to manufacturer's recommendations. Do maintain equipment according to manufacturer's recommendations or ship maintenance procedures. Do ensure that all guards, covers and doors are securely fitted and that all bolts and fixings are fitted and tight. Do inform the officer of the watch before shutting down equipment for maintenance. Do switch off and lock off supplies, remove fuses, and display warning notice before removing covers of equipment for maintenance. Do confirm that circuits are dead by using a voltage tester before touching conductors and terminals. Don'ts. Don't touch live conductors under any pretext. Don't touch rotating parts. Don't leave live conductors or rotating parts exposed. Don't stand on unstable platform when working at height. You should think safety at all times. Develop a safety-conscious attitude. This may well save your life and the lives of others. Most accidents occur due to a momentary loss of concentration or attempts to take shortcuts to safety procedures. Do not let this happen to you.